All right, welcome to Crossroads Sports Radio, episode number 402. I'm your host, Brandon Reef, joined as always by my co-host, Jonathan Birdsong. We've been at it for a little bit, little medical issues and stuff going on, injured teeth and what you want to call I got going on. But JB's been running strong for us this past week. So, JB, how are you? How's your week, buddy?
Man, doing all right, man. Another lovely spring day here in the Circle City. You know what I'm saying? We had to tap into the sports consciousness, man. We had to. This is what we do, Crossroads Sports. Short show today with me and Brandon Reeves. Like I said, my man is on the mend. This is bigger than the flu game. Bigger than the flu game, but Brandon Reeves is doing right. Bigger than the flu game.
Look at those eyes. Look at those bags, man.
Brandon Reeves has been up, man. And like I said, he's fighting the power tonight, today. So we have a special interview kind of scheduled up for everybody, man. Kai Howard from the Red Rose Thunder. So come on here and talk a little bit with me. We're going to hoop head out, you know what I'm saying? He's currently hooping right now, man. Like I said, as the Red Rose Thunder, I'm going to go on a tour of Sweden and Portugal. So it's going to be great to kind of tap into that his world. He played college basketball from the New Jersey Institute of Technology. You know what I'm saying? Everybody remembers, you know what I'm saying, kind of them kind of filling out their brackets, man. So that particular school, but you know, 13 years removed away from college, man, and like I said, still playing basketball internationally for the Red Rose. Anybody remembers Coach Maryland Mason came on our show about a couple weeks ago, man, and gave us an intentional amount. From the ownership side and coach side of like how she runs things. And today we're going to learn, you know what I'm saying, what that looks like from the player side, man. So I think I've already kind of tapped in with and talked to him a little bit, man. Philadelphia born and raised. We won't have any Fresh Prince jokes or anything like that, man. But like, man, Philadelphia born and raised, man. They got a great culture there in the city, and you know what I'm saying, city there. Just like they have here, man. We're going to learn a whole lot about it, man. So I can't wait till it comes on, man. He's going to officially kind of come on with us at 10:30, I do believe. So we got like 8 minutes or so before he comes on. I know Brandon probably wanted to recap some things that we didn't probably talk about, whether it's Masters or I think the actual NBA playoffs start this weekend. Like, I don't know, that play-in stuff, I don't know if y'all caught that as the playoffs, man. But yeah, so definitely going to talk about that. And it's WrestleMania weekend, but we're not necessarily going to go crazy about predetermined sports, man. But we'll short show today, folks. But we want to talk a little bit, you know what I'm saying, before we have this special guest kind of come out with us later.
Yeah, absolutely. And John, your audio was going in and out a little bit. So
Okay.
Just up on that. I tried to move your volume up on my side, but I don't know. It's still kind of. Anyways, Rory McIlroy won the Masters back-to-back. First one in a long time to go back-to-back. Led the whole way kind of on Saturday. Had a bad round on Saturday. Kind of brought the field back together. We had an epic Sunday that it was kind of like Rory saying, hey, you know, way out front, lost the kind of lead. Now that the pressure's on all of us, who's going to crack? And nobody really stepped up. You could say Scotty Scheffler stepped up. He lost by 1 on a hell of a comeback. He was down 12 strokes going into the weekend. So he had a hell of a moving back for himself there. Rory wins Masters. We're at the RBC this week, couple weeks now out, 3-4 weeks out from the PGA Championship, the next major. That's the one where Jordan Spieth could go and look at winning his Grand Slam. Possibly he had a good performance there at the Masters. But yeah, man, it's the golf world has kind of been turned upside down this past week with all the LIV news. Is LIV going to be around? Is it not going to be around? It's funded through 2026 season, they say. So we'll see. There is that event we have here in Indianapolis, up in Westfield. You remember I was out last year. I'll be out this year. After that, I don't know what happens with LIV. I've heard the agents and players and coaches and everybody are trying to scramble to see what happens after this year. They're really trying to find funding because the Saudis, the PIF, are going to be pulling their funding and kind of looking elsewhere for it, putting that in other resources. A little bit to do with the war that's going on right now, political or anything, but literally they're looking for new financial backing, whether that be other tours grouping in with Live overseas, possibly to create something. The Premier Golf League possibly might be something. I don't know, but some of these guys, Brooks Koepka, Patrick Reed, I think they got out at the right time. I think it's a blessing in disguise, possibly for a John Rahm. And this past weekend, yesterday, Bryson DeChambeau did not look happy hitting out of the sand down there in Mexico City. So I think he's ready to get back up to the tour, even though he says he's not. But a lot going on in the professional world of golf, and it's a day by day, week by week with this company with Live, trying to figure out what's going to happen with them. So we'll be continuing to watch and go live with more information when we have that. I think John, some big news. The WNBA is going. We just had the draft. We had free agency. Aaliyah Boston, 4 years, $6.3 milli. Signed that big contract, largest contract in WNBA right now, outside of what Caitlin Clark will probably make next year on her contract. But Fever have kind of put the pieces together for kind of a run here. Sophie Cunningham coming back, Kelsey Mitchell. Thoughts on the Fever?
Just real interesting basketball team. They kind of roll out there in the summertime. Definitely trying to recruit some of that playoff magic that they, that they had. Well, that they kind of built on last year. I know the city's gonna love it because the players the Pacers not making playoffs. The downtown's kind of a ghost town as far as like events and whatnot. So you do like the players that they drafted and brought in. I know there might be some bad tape on the little lady, man. When Caitlin Clark and her matched up, and Caitlin Clark kind of waved her off or whatever and told her there to take a jump shot, man. But the ball players they got defensively, man, which I do believe is what was kind of what the Achilles last year of the Fever. I think they, defensively, at least on the wings, they kind of answered some of their question marks. So people should be kind of excited. And I know, Caitlin Clark, but people should be kind of excited about the entire team that Fever kind of built. I don't know if that necessarily results in a championship because, again, man, there's a lot of other talented teams out there that got stacked up with talent. But the Fever should be, barring any major type of injury, man, Fever fans and should be feeling real good about the chances this year of the trophy.
Yeah, NFL draft next week. Colts don't have a first-round pick. It's in Pittsburgh. Kenny Moore has requested a trade from the Colts. But thoughts on the draft? Because off camera, you kind of said you weren't that interested in the draft this year.
Well, yes and no, Brandon. And man, here locally, man, I haven't heard too much. That's a little disturbing. Kenny Moore asked for a trade, and that kind of shows like kind of right on the wall, man. Again, I know I said a couple of weeks ago, man, I thought that they overpaid for a quarterback. I know they overpaid for a wide receiver. So this is what are they kind of doing? What are they kind of doing? The general managers kind of said try to send a better Roses or leaf branch back out to Anthony Richardson. They try to see, hey man, maybe we might want to keep this kid, but like any repair should have been done. Trying to keep him covered should have been done like a year ago. You know what I'm saying? So there's obviously no takers from an NFL standpoint, like where the Colts kind of want, a return on value. So and it probably from his side, he probably wants a multi-year contract, and like there's no breaking down the doors for his services, man. So the Colts are in disturbing waters to me, and like we can say, think 10 games, but like that's if the quarterback comes back healthy. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I don't want to keep on regurgitating, those kind of facts, but that's kind of a head scratch to me. When you talk about the draft, is Mendoza even going to be there? There's the reports that he's not even going to be there. So I don't mind necessarily them bringing Kirk Cousins, to put a young quarterback on the clipboard. There's nothing wrong with that, y'all. Everybody don't have to roll them out there like Peyton Manning or first and then get lasered up first year. But for Mendoza not to be there, and then it's not necessarily a quarterback rich draft, and we know 2027 is a better draft. It's potential that the Raiders, I give it a 2% chance that they think about moving that pick and to acquire more talent, and they think about that future quarterback next year. I give it a 2% chance.
Okay. Do you know what happened on this date back in 1998, April 18th?
In 98? Uh-oh. I feel like I should, man. What happened, Brandon?
Peyton Manning was drafted by the Indianapolis Colts on this day back in 1998.
Okay.
Hard to believe, been that long ago.
He's repping Denver colors. This disturb everybody, man.
Right. We'll talk, John. Me and you will talk a little quick NBA in a little fast minute, 10-minute section after your interview here shortly once our guest comes on. But yeah, I mean, the draft next week, Pittsburgh, what are they going to do? I'm hoping within the week we find out from Rodgers what he's going to do. If he's going to stay or not, because right now everything I'm seeing saying Tyler Simpson is going to be the next Pittsburgh Steeler quarterback drafted in the first round.
You hope. I don't know. I think he might get picked before then, but you hope.
I think he's a similar Will Howard. I hate to say it. Everything I'm seeing with these two, they look the same. Sorry, I didn't mean to throw that on you, but when I look at these numbers and these guys, I see the same quarterback.
Same kind of quarterback.
You see Will Howard didn't touch the field this year.
Yeah, I heard there's a lot of general managers kind of in the middle part of the draft, kind of, you know what I'm saying, wondering about if they could move some of their picks for next year or even move some of their picks down for second round draft picks. Man. So I don't necessarily think there's going to be our like NBA level draft moving, but there's going to be some pick swapping.
Pacers secured that top the best odds they could secure for the NBA draft. Now go figure there's a chance that the Thunder could secure they've secured a lottery pick now, and then they could move up into the top 4 possibly, and that would lower the Pacers odds for a top 4 pick in the draft. Thoughts with that?
As long as it, you know what I'm saying, I think Mother's Day is when the lottery, like the selection thing kind of starts or whatever. So long as they do what they need to be done and it's 1, 2, or 3. I don't even want to pick 4. I'm a Pacer fan, old school. I don't want to be picking 4. No, that's kind of too close to the chest. You know what I'm saying? They need to be pick 1, 2, and 3. That's
a lot of people I'm seeing right now would rather have Wilson, Caleb Wilson, than the Boozer. Thoughts with that?
That's just the Duke hate. Brandon Reeves, that's just the Duke hate. You would rather have a broke down North Carolina player that got his coach fired than the Boozer. It wasn't Boozer it was the other Boozer that threw the ball away. Brandon, don't blame the. It was the other Boozer. It wasn't the real Boozer. I don't know, man. All jokes aside, man, he shouldn't be. Boozer should be number 2. Period. Period. He should be number 2. Number 1 is obviously the homie out there from BYU.
Got it. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to
Go ahead.
There we go. Okay. Yeah, we got little Boozer coming back to Duke, so that'll be we'll see how Shire and the team kind of recoup for that to making their run. I think there was only 5 teams in the entire Division I that did not make any portal, didn't lose anybody in the portal. I think I know Arizona was one, Purdue was another. There was a couple other teams in there, but we'll hit that more here momentarily. Right now, John, we'll bring on our guest. I'll let you kind of do the intro. I'll kind of back out with my not feeling the greatest. I'll let you guys got to do the pick and roll with each other. So
absolutely, man. Pick and roll. I'm the shooter. He's the shooter too. You got 2 shooters on the court. Kay Howard, what's going on, man?
How you, man?
Doing just fine, man. As long as you can hear me loud and clear, man, we ain't got no craziness going. I want to apologize again, man. You know what I'm saying? This is a land. Indiana is a land of great hoops, but and you know what I'm saying, hard, but like Wi-Fi area is not so good. Not so good here, man. Like again, all jokes aside, man, it's a pleasure to have, you know what I'm saying, Kay Howard from the Railroad Thunder, an international basketball player, man. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, man. I appreciate being here.
Okay, we had, you know what I'm saying, Coach, and I want to get to Thomas with your background too, man, as well, man. But we had Coach Marilyn Morrison on a couple weeks ago. I'm sorry, I got background. We had Coach Marilyn Morrison on with us a couple weeks ago, and she kind of told us about, you know what I'm saying, the coaching and her ownership experience of you know what I'm saying, being around the Railroad Thunder, man. What has been your experience since joining the family brand that is the Red Rose brand. I learned from about the Red Rose Thunder from TBT to 2025 TBT. So I'm familiar, man. But like, what is from a player? How did that kind of all come together for you? How did you meet the Red Rose Thunder, and how did you come playing for them?
Uh, so I train out of a facility in Manayunk, Philadelphia. That's a section in Philadelphia. That year, I was working at Rider University on the basketball staff, and they just so happened because the team was full of Philadelphia basketball players. They happened to be in the facility as I was in the facility. Uh, I seen it was semi-pro for a year, so I just walked across the court. I asked them did they need another practice player, and from there the rest is pretty much history. We grew together.
Okay,
It's nice. Red Rose is located out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania, a
right.
small little town outside of Philadelphia. But the beautiful thing about the brand is that they take a lot of pride in the surrounding area, and more so, they give a lot of players from the area opportunities to still kind of elevate themselves in the game of basketball. And deep down, that's all I'm about anyway. So anybody that's willing to give somebody a shot using the game of basketball, like you're good in my book.
Okay, well that's good, man. That's kind of what I wanted to go with, man. So, who introduced you to basketball? You know what I'm saying in the first?
Uh, it's a bloodline thing, honestly. My father, Mo Howard, played at the University of Maryland in early. John Lucas, Lynn Elmore, Tom McMillan, Tom Roy. Then was blessed to play in the NBA. Played alongside like Pete Maravich. Uh,
So you got a lot of
and from
powerful
there,
uncles. A lot of
it kind of,
oh, okay,
I mean, it, it's a bloodline thing. I mean, he introduced it to me at a young age. I went to my first overnight basketball camp at the age of 4. From there, the rest kind of wrote itself out, kind of etched itself out. Day in and
okay.
day out, we just either we getting shots up, we working on ball handling, working on passing every day.
So
So
it was
my father at a very early age.
okay.
Yeah.
Um, so growing into your, you know what I'm saying, your basketball self, you find yourself going to the New Jersey Institute of Technology, right, to play hoops.
Right.
My friend, my man, he corrected me on the pre-call, y'all. So when I told him, I was like, man, you number 4 on score, number 6 in rebound. He's like, man, there's a whole lot more other stats that I got, man. So like, what was it like that, man? Because a lot of times, man, here, like I said, here in Indiana, man, we get over, you know what I'm saying, drawn out with Big Ten basketball, and you know what I'm saying, even Big East basketball because Butler plays in the Big East and whatnot, and we don't necessarily get some of the smaller, you know what I'm saying, get to see the players, you know what I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying, who can really ball, unless that
Yeah.
small school, quote unquote, is coming, you know what I'm saying, out west or playing in a quote unquote overmatched game, you know what I'm saying. But like, man, you know, to you know what I'm saying, the accolades that you have, I know you player of the year. I do believe A-Sun player of the year. Uh, 1 year that you played in college, man. So what does that look like for you? You know what I'm saying? Coming out of that, you know what I'm saying? What does that look like for you? You know what I'm saying? Going to that small school, go to a smaller school, and again putting up good numbers. And what does that look like for you? And still, I know two podcasts and still being, you know what I'm saying, keep your career going.
Uh. Well, like at the time I played, I was blessed because like I had underdogs already in the eyes of the country. Like we got to watch Steph Curry at Davidson. We got to watch C.J. McCollum
Mm-hmm.
at Lehigh.
Mm-hmm.
So naturally, when I come out of college, it's not as much at that point in time because NIL wasn't a big thing.
Yeah.
Uh, it wasn't as much. I need the big time school as much as I just need the shot to show the world I could play. Uh, so NJIT, it was a small school. When I decided to go there, they were fresh Division 1 team. Like
Hmm.
a couple years out from being
Yeah,
Division
I
Two.
do believe, man, the history of it, man. 2006, they were still a Division 2 school. You know, so like, yeah,
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
so it's like for you to be
Uh,
part of that history of Division 1, man. Like again, man, like I said, I found that incredible. There's some good tape. I want to remind everybody, man, even though it's a small school and that sometimes the overmatch, you played against the Kentuckys of the world, played against the Michigans of the world. There's some great tape. You know what I'm saying? It might be a little dated, but some great tape. And my man, you know what I'm saying, Kai Howard, you know what I'm saying, doing this thing against the quote unquote the big dogs, man. But I kind of want to pivot a little bit and kind of want to get your, you know what I'm saying, your thoughts on being a professional basketball player and like how do you answer that question when it comes up to the everyday person on the street, man. You know what I'm saying? I know you train basketball players as well, man. So there's probably a level of respect. You know what I'm saying? But like, what the everyday person, you in Walmart, CVS, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know, they bump into you. You tell them you're a professional basketball player. How do you? They ask you, you're a professional basketball player. You don't play in the NBA, so how do you answer that question?
uh, I answer it the same. I answer with pride. I would kind of the only difference between me and the next individual that loves the game of basketball is the obsession. Uh, I took a hobby, made my hobby a craft, and I took my craft and put hours in perfecting my craft to the point that when preparation met opportunity, it just lined up for success, which elevated more opportunities in the future. I take pride in like we kind of discussed prior to this interview. I take pride in the hammer and chisel aspect. I take pride in my craft the same way I hope and pray that the mailman takes pride in his craft and the trash man takes pride in his craft and the accountant takes pride in his craft. I don't I'm not big on bragging and boasting about the opportunity. Oh, being a professional athlete, I take work and the hours that I put in that nobody's seen me put in to live out that lifestyle.
Right, right,
And
right. I got you.
unless you're in those moments and in those gyms with me, you'll never know how I felt in those adverse moments of adversity. So I mean, to the average eye, like they may blow it up because like, oh, you get to travel the world to play a game.
Hmm.
I made a game my lifestyle. The same way somebody makes a job that they don't like at the beginning their lifestyle. So it's just another portion of my lifestyle to me.
Got you.
And all in all, it's going to forever be a blessing, right? Like growing up, you always just want to, yeah, the goal is to be an NBA player, but as you get older, you realize like, okay, there's only 400 something jobs in the NBA.
Hmm.
Now, if I could still get paid to put a ball in a basket, the same thing I used to run around the neighborhood and get my friends together so we could go put a ball in a basket. I mean, that's a blessing within itself, and that's just how I look at it. I don't. It's not really much to brag about. It's a job like everybody else got a job. It's a 9 to 5, just different hours.
Well, hey man, everybody ain't going to Sweden in a couple weeks, man. Or everybody ain't going to Portugal in a couple weeks, man. So, what do you have you ever been to Sweden?
Yes.
Oh, okay, so you already been there. So, oh, okay, man. So, Kai Howard, tell us about the basketball in Sweden. You know what I'm saying?
Uh,
What's the kind of like playing there? What are you, in all seriousness, man? What are you kind of expecting on this tour that you're kind of going to go on?
I'm expecting good
As
games.
the
I'm
captain, as
expecting.
the team, as the captain, he's the captain of the team as well. Yeah, as the captain, what do you kind of expect?
I'm expecting good games. I'm expecting competitive games. I'm expecting people to legit take pride trying to beat us every night because at the end of the day, whether we like it or not, we're coming into somebody else's land, into somebody else's gym to win a basketball game in their
Right.
neighborhood. I could only imagine if somebody was trying to come into my gym in my neighborhood in front of my people and try and win games. I expect the physicality is going to be
Hmm.
there. They're gonna try to punk us early, especially because we are foreigners.
Okay.
There may be some hostile environments. There may be some refs that don't give us obvious calls.
Okay.
I think the beautiful thing about it all is kind of getting to show them how you can't knock us off our rocker, really.
Okay.
We're going to remain level headed. We're going to play through adversity. We're going to stay together. We're probably coming about 15 deep, including coaches. So we know it's
Hmm.
just us versus them, and it's just 15 of us. So I'm excited for it. I love going to war. I love going to battle through the game of basketball. At the end of the
Hmm.
day, the goal is to make sure they remember us. Whether it's win or loss, they remember the intensity, they remember our togetherness, they remember our attitude, and most importantly, they remember that like we are two professionals and we're gonna handle it as such, and we're gonna make sure the same 15 that go over there come back home happy and positive.
That's right. I get that, man. Well, Kai, like I said, man, I didn't want to hold you a whole long, man. I know you train guys, train basketball players. Um, you got. I know you got. I know you got one that you train that's coming to Butler, man. What can these Butler fans kind of expect from the Ellerby kid that they? Because again, man, there's not a whole lot. Again, these fans around here think about Indiana All Stars and what I'm saying, the Kentucky All Stars and but like this kid can pop up on his radar, man. Butler wants you. Oh, what I'm saying. So what can saying the folks kind of expect from him
Uh, he-
that you
I
poured
can speak
into?
the world
I put to that
of
that you poured into.
Nah, yeah, I can speak the world of my little brother, man. Jordan, I
Okay.
think Jordan Ellaby is a Jordan Ellaby in a sense is an anomaly. I think that he's going to bring a type of dog that Butler hasn't seen in a while. Uh,
Okay.
he's one of those underdogs to say where the world kind of slept on him, but as he continues to grow within the game of basketball, more and more people are waking up to him. Uh,
Okay.
he's comfortable. He's a he is the definition of a gym rat.
Okay. And
So
that's what
to
they want.
those
That's
that
what they
think
want.
like he doesn't need a lot going into college, we discussed it multiple times what he needs in terms of surrounding area and environment,
Mhm.
and all his focus was I just need access to a gym. I don't care where I go. I could go to the mountains for all I care. I just want a gym. Uh,
Okay.
He's extremely aggressive on both ends of the floor. He's a leader naturally, and most importantly, he's a great person. We call Jordan Too Chill because he's extremely, extremely calm in the most hostile rooms. But
Okay.
where you feel his energy is between the lines. Most importantly, he's going to bring it every night, uh, and he's going to not only make sure that he gets some exposure, but the Butler community gets some exposure as well. Uh,
Okay.
he
Okay.
understands he's a humble kid. He's a grateful kid. He's excited to be out there. He's excited to kind of wake the Big East back up and show the Big East that the Midwest got a lot of good basketball out there.
A lot of good basketball.
So
A lot of
he's
good
excited to
basketball.
be there. Uh, he's excited about the new staff there.
Okay.
Oh
Yeah.
man, like everything kind of falls in the line. Like
Okay.
so,
Like I
it's
said,
be
man.
an
Like I said, I
exciting
know
year
that.
for the Butler Bulldogs.
Okay. I know, there's other guys I know that you train, but there's other. What I'm saying, these one a little close to home. I had to ask you about it, man. Get a little scout report on it, man. I know
Nah,
some
absolutely.
folks. But
Watch
like,
out for the
Kai.
name. The name's going to ring. He's going to wake up the state. I promise you. He's going to show
Okay.
Indiana
All right.
exactly what Philadelphia has to offer for sure.
That's what's up, man. Um, Kai, I do appreciate your time, man. And I wish nothing but the Red Rose Thunder, nothing but success, man. I gotta get we can do when y'all come back. We got me and you got to do another 1-on-1. Go talk some more hoops, man, for sure.
Absolutely. No doubt.
Kai Howard,
Thank you for having me. I appreciate y'all for sure.
thanks, man. I think Brandon went to sleep. Let's get Brandon Reed
All
back in
right,
here.
nice, JB. That was a good interview with Kai. I went and took some more medicine as we were.
Oh man, it's all good.
Listen, I'm excited, man. Hey, Butler fans should be happy of what to expect this coming fall from our guy. So, I think Kai had a good report there talking about him, and if he's as cool, calm, and collected on the basketball court as he is in this interview, I think the Red Rose Thunder got big things coming for them this year. So definitely looking forward to that. I was chatting back with Coach a second ago. So, yeah, really excited. I thanked her again for having him join us. I really appreciate that. Before we finish, John, sorry, I was just reading something on LeVar Ball.
Oh God.
NBA playoffs starting today. I last night kind of went through, did my little simple bracket predictions that I did for the thing just to pass some time.
Okay.
If you look, and I can bring up the bracket and kind of go through. We can kind of go through it. I'll kind of give my thoughts. Give me 1 second here. All right. So bracket wise, we've got, if I can zoom in now. There we go. Western Conference, John. We'll look at the West first. The games that we've got series-wise. Number 1 seed, Oklahoma City Thunder against the Phoenix Suns, Lakers and Rockets, Timberwolves and Nuggets, and then Spurs and Trailblazers, John. Let's go first to the game that we're going to see tonight. And there's a lot of question marks. Obviously, the Lakers and the Rockets, game 1. Houston's a 5.5-point favorite. No Austin Reeves, no Luka Doncic. Everybody else is cleared to play. It's 5.5, but also Houston may or may not be without Kevin Durant tonight, possibly with a little bit of nursing an injury.
Yeah, it's going to be all hands on deck for the Lakers to win a game, Brandon. We're talking about a series here. The Houston Rockets should have enough, even with a, 80% Kevin Durant, to dispatch a Lakers. They only got, LeBron, the specialist of LeBron. They got some other rotational pieces, man. But those are just rotational guys. They don't necessarily depend on hell. Some nights they can't depend on them to get a dunk. Sorry, but right now, man, for them to win a game. I can see LeBron turning back the hands of time. It may be in LA, game 3. But I just think the Houston Rockets just got too much firepower. And again, so the NBA is run on offensive basketball now. So
yeah, I think we all agree. Thunder probably in a sweep of the Suns in that 1-8 matchup. Thunder will probably end up sweeping.
Well, I don't know, man. The Suns showed a little bit of fight. Just a little bit, man. So I don't know if they're gonna get swept, Brandon. I don't know if the Suns
competition. 4-1 gentleman's sweep, as you call it.
If Dan Marley show up at the game, man, they might win too, man. But,
Timberwolves and Nuggets. I think that'll be the battle series. I know they've played each other before in the past, and we thought it was going to be something grandeur, and the Nuggets have just put them away. I do see the Nuggets winning this series. Probably, I'm going to say 6 games this time, because I think the last time they played in the playoffs, it was 5 games. Maybe. I don't remember. So I think there'll be a little bit more fight from the T-Wolves this time, but I think the Nuggets are just too good. And I think a lot of people are underlooking the Nuggets.
Just the health of Anthony Edwards, you know what I'm saying? And I mean by, like, how many minutes can he play big minutes, when he's kind of like the Nuggets is an offensive bunch, man. What you like about this matchup is that the Nuggets also, with the changes they had since they won a championship, they had to give up some of their defensive rotators and defensive rotation is not necessarily there anymore. So they can't score, right? But like, man, I think the Nuggets is gonna have too much. There's too much Jokic, man. Anyway, you know what I'm saying, for Anthony Edwards to kind of overcome. They don't necessarily, the Minnesota Timberwolves, even with some of the trades they did make, they still haven't necessarily found a secondary dependable option when teams kind of take Edwards out of the game, man. So I kind of like the Nuggets to move on in this series. But the Minnesota's they'll make it tough for them.
Yeah, Spurs, Trailblazers, Portland back in the playoffs the first time since 01-02.
Shout out to Tiago Splitter.
The week that the documentary Jailblazers came out on Netflix, which I just watched that hour, 10-minute documentary. Fantastic. If you haven't watched it yet, please get a chance to watch it. Hilarious. Rasheed Wallace is still the Rasheed Wallace you remember and love. Good to see old Ball State. They have a little prep to Ball State and Bonzi Wells. And as David Stoudemire said, like, Bonzi didn't do nothing wrong. He just got a bad rep because he just hung out with us.
He just hung out with us, right.
Besides the context of the words that he took out, the fan base went apeshit about. But I see the Spurs getting through there. John, I've got Thunder, Rockets, Nuggets, Spurs all winning the first round in the West. And then I've got the Thunder over the Rockets. And then I have not that special. I've got the Nuggets, the 3 seed, beating the Spurs 2 seed to go to the Western Conference Finals. I do love this Spurs team. I saw them live in Dallas a couple months ago. But man, it gets the playoff time with these kids, these youngins.
You think you're saying it's too soon? It's too soon for the ascension because they're all young.
Yeah, I'd rather take the veterans of Jokic, Murray, Gordon, that type. I'd rather take them in a long series than the young kids. Hopefully they prove me wrong. I'd love for the Spurs to prove me wrong and go to Western.
I'm not going to knock your picks. I'm not. I'm going to agree with all your picks, man. There's no debate here, man. I'm not going to push against that.
And then I got the Thunder going back to the NBA Finals once again. I think, shocker, they played way all season just like last year.
Right. Cream rises to the top.
I think it'll be 6 games or so, I'm thinking. But we'll talk those series as they progress. I want to kind of give my prediction there. I got Thunder coming out of the West. When we look at the East, John, Pistons and Magic, Cavs, Raptors, Knicks and Hawks, Celtics and 76ers. Pistons and Magic, John, I think that's going to be a little physical series between these two teams. I do think that. So that's why I do think we see maybe 5 games, maybe 6 at the most with Pistons Magic, with the Pistons moving on, in my opinion.
Brad, that might go. I don't know, man. It might go a little bit more extended than everybody kind of thinks. So I would kind of put a Pistons. They might be feeling a little bit too good right now. Coach of the year, you know what I'm saying? Biggerstaff got Coach of the year already. You know what I'm saying? I don't foresee the Pistons kind of going in cocky, but they kind of. Don't they play with a little bit of entitlement? Like, we know we're going to the Eastern Conference Finals. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I hope that team doesn't play with entitlement. And you know what I'm saying? They should. You know what I'm saying? They should be for the series, the Atlanta Magic. But that could be an upset special. Okay. There is one. There could be an upset special there. I don't think when you look at the other side of the East, unless I see an upset special anywhere else. Even with Cleveland, I don't see no special. There's no special with Cleveland. And to be honest with you, Brandon, to cut to chase, we can just go ahead and put the Derry Birds from Boston, for me, into the conference finals.
Wow.
Yeah. They win in the East again, Brandon. They win in the East. Batman and Robin and Derry Birds.
I've got the Pistons beating the Magic. I've got the Cavs beating the Raptors. By the way, if Cleveland said today that if they cannot re-sign Donovan Mitchell to an extension, that they're going to be possibly trading him this offseason if he doesn't sign.
What? When the King is supposed to be coming back? You don't want to stick, man. Man, this player movement is crazy, Brandon.
It came out on Yahoo late last night.
Wow.
I got the Knicks over the Hawks and the Celtics over the 76ers. In my second round, John, I've got the Cavs beating the Pistons in the second round. Just with Mitchell, Harden,
I'm not mad at that.
that crew, I do like the Cavs upsetting the Pistons there.
I'm not mad at that.
Going to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Brandon, would you be mad if Atlanta upsets the Knicks? I know you're not gonna be. I know you know say scrummy Knicks fan, but would you be mad?
Do they got
from a
enough to
professional?
do it?
You said what?
I just said, do they have enough to do it? I don't think they do.
The Atlanta Hawks got enough firepower, and the Knicks got enough. I don't believe in this coach. I don't believe in this system. That they might, you know what I'm saying, shred the, you know what I mean? But
System, John, you got 50-something wins. You got to believe in something.
Mike Brown, man, it's coming to the end.
Is it the players and the coaches that don't believe, or is it the fan base? Because I think there's a difference between the two.
I don't.
You just need to have the people, the 12 guys.
The Knicks fan base is always going to be sour. They could have Carnegie Towns and Patrick Ewing and John Starks and you know what I'm saying, whoever else, Charles Oakley. They would have the super team of Knicks out there. They still wouldn't be happy, man. But think about it, man. They fired, you know what I'm saying, Tibbs last year, and now the rotations have gotten better, but it's still the same kind of team, Brandon. They brought in more offensive part. Still kind of the same kind of team, man. So I don't know.
Yeah. So yeah, I've got the Cavs over the Pistons in the upset.
Okay.
If you're sitting down, I've got the Knicks beating the Celtics.
Oh man, they're gonna kick me out of here.
Get my reasoning. Like, this is the year that you would make it happen. I'm not saying that there's going to be an injury for Boston that would derail them again, but I think to keep it fun and interactive and not go chalk, I'm going to go with the Knicks over the Celtics. I think this Knicks team, this is the year they feel like they have to be able to do it, right? Because if not, that team's going to get blown up next year. They have to.
It's going to be moving pieces everywhere, yeah.
You have to. So this has to be the year for the Knicks. So I've got the Knicks beating the Celtics in a 7-game series. God forbid somebody gets hurt from Boston. I could easily see Boston going to the NBA Finals as well. Absolutely 100%. But for the sake of this exercise, I'm going to take the Knicks. So then I've got Cavs and Knicks in the NBA Eastern Conference Finals, and I've got the Knicks beating the Cavs. So I've got Thunder and Knicks in the NBA Finals.
Brandon, you trying to get back on the Knicks' good side? Knicks fans' good side? After you call the scumbag Knicks, you trying to get back? You trying to get back on the? What's going on?
Trying to get our ratings up.
Did you get? This is not the real Brandon Reed. This is a clone.
Trying to get the ratings up in New York a little bit.
That's what's up. That's
Cavs,
Buffalo.
Knicks and Thunder in the finals. And come on now, who's been the best team the last 2 years? All running a gauntlet through, except for against the Indiana Pacers. Give me the Oklahoma City Thunder, cutting down the nets back-to-back years. And we got to find a team to beat them, man. Maybe it's this year. Somebody will do it. Or maybe it's this year. I will tell you this. I think there's a better chance for a Western Conference team to beat Oklahoma City than the Eastern Conference team beating them in the finals.
Yeah, I would. I'm going to go with my formula and say that Boston plays the Thunder. And if Jason played the whole season and wasn't still, you know what I'm saying, at 90% or whatever, I would say this is going to be a knock-em drag-out 7-game series. I still think the Celtics win the East, but not being 100%. I still think the Thunder would overcome them in a 7-game series. You know what I'm saying? Even with Jaylen Brown playing out of this world. Excuse me. The bench. Look at there. Failure. Look at there. Failure. Even with the bench mob playing great. The Celtics have. I still would favor, you know what I'm saying, the Thunder in the series. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Perfect.
Prove me wrong, BA. Prove me wrong.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, excited for the NBA. We got the NBA playoffs starting today. We've got the NHL playoffs starting today. We've got a 14-game slate for Major League Baseball today. And we've got night 1 of WrestleMania today. Huge sports day. It's going to be 50 degrees out. It was just 80 yesterday, 50 and cloudy and rainy and disgusting. No better day to sit inside, kind of watch some sports and chill while I kind of go on the men today and then back to surgery.
Dang. I got nothing but binge watching probably my TV shows and catching up, catching up on WrestleMania. Danhausen brought me back. Danhausen brought me back to wrestling. His little goofy little self. I might try. We try to get him on a little later, man. Yeah, he's crazy. So yeah, watching a little WrestleMania, watch some real NBA playoffs. I'll be tapped in.
Trying to think if there's anything else. I don't really have anything else, John. And we'll be back to normal show next week. Next Wednesday, I believe. I think it might be there Thursday, but I'll try to do Wednesday. And then the following week, I'll be out again, going underneath the knife for surgery. So I'll be out for that whole week. But until then, catch up on our shows. We'll be on Facebook. We'll be on Twitter. Continue conversations. We're going to figure out our lives. We'll probably have to go live on StreamYards and Facebook. So Instagram decided to be a little more difficult now.
They said we wasn't big enough. They said we wasn't big and strong enough. I was like, okay, I'll work on that. But, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't big enough.
So perfect. Want to thank our viewers, our watchers. Want to thank our sponsor, Scott K. Nichols State Farm Insurance as well. People chiming in. Scott, Kelly Birdsong, Johnson joining in as always. She may be the new number one fan now, right?
Who, Coach?
Well, Coach, but then also Kelly.
Oh yeah, this.
Reggie thought it was him over Kelly, and I said, "Well, I got news for."
We got to pull them.
Weeks ago.
We got to pull them analytical badge numbers, man. See who's the number one fan.
We'll Exactly. Perfect, John. Well, have a good rest of your Saturday. We'll talk on Twitter and on Facebook tonight and kind of throughout with WrestleMania and all the ball games.
Absolutely.
We'll see you guys. Have a great Saturday. Take care.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for listening to the Crossroads Sports Radio Show. You can find more episodes on iTunes and the Google Play Store. Be sure to like and subscribe for more Crossroads sports content.